Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I just wanted to give you an update on the S12s and everything that's going on, and kind of give you guys a look into everything I picked up, and also kind of give you, a little bit of look into some of the cool stuff I already finished. So join me and we'll take a look. We'll go ahead and start with this first S12 here. It's actually from the first video, so it should look familiar to those who watch that. This is a 1984 S12 200SX. What it has is limited edition stuff, like a limited edition door handle with push button entry, sunroof, rain sensor. I mean, think 1984 rain sensor. Somebody dished out a shit ton of money. We'll hop into the interior here. Fairly clean for its age. Keep in mind I got these cars from a junkyard in Mountain Air, New Mexico, where they sat for about 15 to 20 years. So the fact that there's any interior left in this one is pretty impressive. Has a digital dash, as you saw, 5-speed. All the cars are 5-speed. Pretty clean. Jesus is Lord or whatever that says. Somebody probably took care of it. Somebody probably spent a lot of money on this thing. It also has the electronic voice notification, so little lady's voice will come on if your door is open or if you leave the keys in the ignition, which I actually have on one of my other 200SXs as well. So we'll take a look at what's under the hood here. Your basic CA20E single overhead cam. Fuel injection, very stock. What's interesting about these CAs is they have 8 spark plugs, so 2 spark plugs per cylinder. There's a basically a delayed spark to help burn off whatever's left over from the initial fire. So we did get this thing running, as you saw in the first video, but ultimately I'm pretty sure we threw a timing belt at that point. I mean, that timing belt's probably 30 years old, at least. Probably the original. So I'm not surprised at all. I actually have another timing belt on the way, and we'll kind of dive into that in the next video on this one. Did also paint the wheels. Obviously, they didn't come that clean. So kind of moving over here. And apologies for the sunlight here. I picked the best time to video, of course. This is a super rare 87 V6 5-lug, all the options, SE version. They only did the V6 in these cars for the final year. It has like a little bit more stout differential, also 5-speed. This car actually had a body kit on it, which I used for my other car, which you'll see a little bit later in the video here. Otherwise, this car's trashed, obviously. Looks like it, honestly looks like it was in a rollover accident. I picked this one up mostly for parts. The reason I got these 4 cars is because they all had titles. There were other 200SXs there, in fact a turbo one at the junkyard as well. The person didn't have the title to that, so I may go back for that. We'll see. I don't know. Comes down to price. I picked these up for pretty cheap, even with title. The next one here's a 1984 coupe. We'll take a look here at the back, so you can kind of take a look. You don't see coupes too often in the S12 version, so that's kind of what it looks like. Interesting thing about the coupes, or the early year coupes, they have a solid rear axle, so we'll take a look under here. And I don't know, excuse my camera work, but you can kind of see that here. So they only did the solid rears for you know, initially the first couple months of production. Then it's more of an independent rear. This one also has a trashed interior. The paint's not great. Also CA20. We'll take a look at that here in a second. It did come with two Enkei 92 mesh wheels, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I'll use those or sell them with the car. I think ultimately, you know, we'll probably do a will it run on this car as well. But I think I'm gonna sell it. And on the V6 one, we probably won't do a will it run. We'll see. As you can see, pretty dusty in there. I haven't had a chance to clean these ones yet. We'll see. I think between the three that have CA20s, we should get at least two running. I'm pretty confident. I have a number of other parts as well from the other S12 that I have that you'll see here in a bit. So this last one here, this is also a 1987. This is base model. You can see it has pretty base model wheels. As you can see, the front ends are a little bit different. They have tiny turn signals as opposed to the long turn signals that you'd see on the earlier models. They also have different taillights and a different body line, or I should say a different body trim. They have the same body lines. This one's pretty clean, and honestly, I think of all the cars, I will probably end up keeping this one just because it is base model. I like the fact that it's roll-up window, very standard. The interior is fairly clean for its age. I will say though that this car stinks. Many things probably died in it over the years. I would imagine there's a number of rat's nests I will find at some point. But otherwise, very straight car. Interesting too, as we get under the hood here, you'll see there's also a CA20, but it's got a different, well, you can't really see it much with the sand, but it's got a silver valve cover. So I don't know if there's a little bit different revision to the motor by this time, but ultimately, you know, maybe, you know, a little bit better there. So we'll see on that. Super clean car. And we'll probably do that one next after the 84 to see if we can get that one running. I'll probably sell one of the two if we can get them running. As you can see, I got a lot of projects back here as well. So we'll take a little journey over to the front of the yard here. We'll see my other S12. This one's actually an 85. I bought it stock, kind of shitty car, not gonna lie. Put a decent amount of work into it. So it's got the body kit from that V6, some wheels that I bought brand new. Those are Rotas. Did a little bit of cool wing additions with these winglets. Custom exhaust. The exhaust is actually made from an RX-8 exhaust. As you can see, the taillights are a little bit different than the 87 as well. Again, apologies for the sun. The hood's already popped open there as well. Otherwise, it does look a lot better. That color is French lilac. So I have this is a S14 K24DE. Came out of a 97 S14. These swaps are super easy. Highly recommended if you pick up an S12. Okay, hopping into my garage here. As you can see, I'm also an S13 person. Long-time S chassis person, actually, I should say. I've owned probably in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 of these cars. The two I got right here, though, are truly my babies. I have my 5-liter supercharged swapped S13. I've had this car for a long time. And when I say 5-liter, that's out of like a 88 Fox body, that motor, and it's Vortec S1 supercharger, and a lot of other goodies. I we'll do a video on each of these cars, an individual video, and I'll go into the details. But a lot going on in there, as you can see, but it works, and it works pretty good. And then the other car here is my LS240. Both cars are caged. Definitely both are full race cars at this point. I do occasionally take them out, but pretty rare, as they tend to attract a decent amount of attention. Both interiors are very stripped. Custom dashes on both of them, as you'll see here. Kind of go into the LS car here. I built that dash last year. Straightforward, just a couple gauges, all you need to see. Switch is easy to reach, and real small and out of the way, so I can get to the wiring. That was the goal on that one. Pop the hood here. As you can see, pretty basic LS swap. The LS has a mild cam in it, and that's about it. It's plenty of power for these cars. You can kind of see my FDF kit there as well, which I really enjoy. And like I said, I'll go a little bit deeper into these cars in some other videos and kind of give you the full rundown on everything that's been done to them. And that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to give you an update on the S12s, let you guys see the ones that I got, and kind of take a look at some of the other stuff I got going on. Catch you guys later.